Welcome to The Reset.
So today I'm going to be doing this style. This is pretty much a twist on my mini twist. I install the mini twist today and talk about what I've learned. And this whole page is about me documenting and archiving because I truly believe that documentation is an act of love and I deserve to be witnessed. So we are no longer influencing and trying to convince you to try this thing, but I'm just witnessing to my life as a woman and the world at this time. Since this month is all about women's history, I want to talk about what womanhood means to me now. I'll come back with my hair blown out and I'll show you the style inspiration that I got from Pinterest. I usually go to Pinterest for all my styles. So I'm going to talk and do my hair. I'm going to install and do my hair.
So I start off with freshly washed hair that's been conditioned, and then I blow it out.
So today's video is about what womanhood means to me at the ripe age of 46 years old. And it's Women's History Month. And because it's Women's History Month, I want to talk about my definition of womanhood. First things first is I'm no longer performing. I am a performer by trade. I like to perform. I like to put on a show. I like to storytell. But I do think that I performed my womanhood. I did what people wanted me to do as opposed to living my life the way I wanted to live my life. So I was performing. I wasn't really being my true self. And now that I am in my mid-40s, I feel like performing is no longer an option. I have to be my authentic self, or how am I going to live life? How am I going to be who I really want to be? How am I going to follow my dreams? How am I going to stand up against the patriarchy? How am I going to do and be the example for young people, for young girls, for gender expansive youth, if I'm not practicing what I'm preaching? I think another thing about not performing anymore is I thought that womanhood was soft and gentle and demure and straight hair. And I think a lot of us, well, I don't know, but some of you may have felt the same way as I felt, where I had to be calm and kind and polite and a caregiver and always putting others' needs in front of mine. And so once I, realized that, first of all, I was working way too hard. And second, womanhood is what I define it to be. It doesn't have to look a certain way. And so I think another part of my performance is I don't have to straighten my hair anymore. I don't have to wear makeup if I don't want to anymore. I don't have to have a finished look. I don't have to sell products that make me more feminine. I can just exist. And one thing too about performing with natural hair is it doesn't have to be long or hang down. So another thing that I define or have redefined in my womanhood is appreciating collaboration over competition. I am not here to be better than anybody else at my big age. My goal is to collaborate and build community because that's how we're going to get through life. I'm not going to get through life alone. None of my friends, the people that I love in my life, has to struggle because they're my friend, and vice versa. So to me, that doesn't have a competition vibe to it. You know what I mean? It has a community vibe. That's what I yearn for. That's what I look for. That's what I try to curate in my life. And to me, life is simpler when you seek connection and collaboration over competition. The last thing that's important to me as an over 40 woman is genuine and reciprocal friendships. I think it matters who you surround yourself with. And I think my 20s and 30s I was having a good time, but I wasn't being as discerning as I should have been. This is how you grow. This is how you get better in doing this thing called life. We only get one shot at it. So, I'm not mad at Baby Berry for the choices that she made, but now I'm excited for her choices now for the second half of her life, because wow, what a difference a decade makes. What a difference a year makes. What a difference 6 months makes. And I'll talk more about my surgery and what that means and how friendship was affected from my surgery. But I will say that I seek the same energy that seeks me, right? So if I'm looking for people that have a mutual understanding that this is a two-way street, it's not one-sided, it's two-sided. It's I care for you, you care for me, we care for each other on purpose all the time. with intention. So that's basically what womanhood means to me at my big age. Yeah. If any of this resonated with you, welcome to the reset. Join me every first 2 Sundays of the month to talk, to twist, to release, to set intentions, to reset. Bye.